Hey, my name's Owen. I'm one of the work owners here at Urbane Cyclist in downtown Toronto, and today we'll be taking a closer look at the Marin Larkspur 2. At first glance, the Marin Larkspur might look just like a city Mixte for the casual rider. Maybe we're thinking it's got a comfortable step through, it's got back-to-back bars right out of the box, looks kind of like maybe Dutch bike style, maybe a little like a cruiser. It's also got some other kind of cool old school features like these big tan sidewall tires, and it's got some relatively upright riding positioning. It's also got typical mounts for rack and fenders, so you're pretty good to go. This bike is clearly built to handle what the city has to throw at it and should be good on just about any urban road. But is that really all it has to offer? If you consider how the bike is made, both what it's made of and even how the build kit is, you may notice that the Larkspur might not just be the dedicated urban cruiser that it looks to be at first. The Larkspur is well suited to urban riding, but is very well at home out on the path, trail, and even for some single track adventures. So though the bike looks to be a city bike, we see the influences that come directly from Marin's mountain biking lineage. Marin bikes originate from, as the name implies, Marin County, California, and many consider this to be the birthplace of mountain biking. This means that they're really infusing a little bit of that mountain biking history in just about every bike they make. With the Larkspur, it's more than just a little bit of influence, however. The bike is really more of an adventure bike that happens to also be a step-through frame. And one of the most prominent adventure-ready features of the Larkspur is clearly the tires. That slim steel frame even makes them look bigger in proportion to the bike. The bike comes with 2.35 wide tires, which can easily handle city potholes, so you can comfortably take it past where the pavement ends and onto the hardpack or single track just as easily as you would take it to the farmer's market. Traditionally, mountain bikes came with 26-inch wheels, while most road and hybrid bikes came with 700C wheels. And the Larkspur is actually equipped with the mid-size 650B, also known as 27.5-inch wheels. This wheel and tire size on the Larkspur is very intentional as a choice. But why is this important? It allows for a very nice sized tire without feeling excessive. So you have clearance for some sizable knobbies if you want to make it a little more rowdy for off-road, or if you just want a little extra volume to handle some of the choppy terrain, such as your local Toronto pothole-filled streets. This is a very purposeful choice made by Marin to balance the smooth riding and rollover benefits of the larger wheel size, but keeping the nimble handling of a smaller wheel. So this is kind of your Goldilocks mid-size wheel. The Larkspur has a lot of clearance to experiment with a wide variety of tire treads and sizes, so you can perfectly tailor it to suit your needs. 650B wheels generally offer improved maneuverability and often allow for larger volume tires on many frames and increased comfort for better rollover, particularly over the smaller traditional 26-inch tires you'll find on mountain bikes. 650B wheels have become an increasingly popular choice also for modern gravel bikes. If you're taking the Larkspur through some more adventurous path, you'll still get loads of traction, relaxed handling, and a great balance between control and comfort. So there's a ton of things making the Larkspur 2 fun and versatile, but one of the coolest little surprises is this bike also comes stocked with a dropper seat post. So dropper seat post, if you don't already know, lets you run your saddle at the correct height for pedaling efficiency, and at the push of a lever can drop that saddle down anywhere lower within the range of its travel. So this means it can be beneficial to lower your center of gravity while descending down a hill, or perhaps you're going through a rough little section of trail and want just a little more space to maneuver out of the saddle. In the city, however, it can still be a super handy and useful feature just for comfort. A common complaint we hear from our customers is that just riding with the correct leg extension puts them up on their tippy toes to balance their bike at a stop. And the dropper post can be used simply as a more comfortable way to stop at a light. You hit the dropper lever to instantly lower the saddle, and then you can put your foot flat on the ground and obviously return to pedaling quickly and easily, and again raise your saddle with the flick of a lever. A hidden bonus feature of a step-through, while combined with a dropper seat post we've found, is better accessibility. So riders that may have limited hip mobility that find it hard to mount a bike with the traditional high leg swing can not only step through the middle of the bike, but they can also use the dropper seat post for increased stability while starting and stopping. And this also means less strain on their knees while getting the full benefit of a proper leg extension. If you also like to carry cargo in a rear basket, or perhaps you plan to haul a kid on the back of this bike, a step-through frame should be undoubtedly at the top of your wish list. All the same features that are great for handling and stability in an urban environment, funny enough, will also lend themselves equally well to having a little fun off the beaten path. The Larkspur is really well centered and balanced as a bike and can allow you to have the same sort of ride experience you might get on a classic rigid mountain bike, with improved ergonomics and modern technology to keep your rubber side down. Not to mention that the step-through frame is even more useful once you get on some uneven ground off-road. Tons of people convert old mountain bikes to commuting bikes all the time. You're always seeing old steel bikes having a new lease on life as someone's daily driver. And that's because the same thing that makes mountain bikes super stable and balanced and easy to ride makes them stable and centered commuting bikes too. This time, Marin has chosen to give you everything you need to have the same experience right out of the box, and also designed the Larkspur to have the same niche as a classic all-terrain bike, but without having the hassle of having to convert and kind of modernize it and improve the fit. One of the amazing things about living in Toronto is if you're lucky, it's often pretty easy to connect your commute with a little bit of trail or path riding. If you're someone who appreciates the opportunity to leave the house a little early and take a really nice trail to work or school, or want the chance just to do a scenic commute, the Larkspur is likely going to be the perfect bike for you. It's a safe and stable workhorse while also being super capable, sporty, fun. You'll be able to handle staying in the saddle all day too, with the attention and care paid to rider comfort. The lower step-through frame means that it's suitable for a wide range of rider proportions, and that shape also gives you an advantage on having to swing your leg up and over the saddle. Having the material down lower towards the ground also means you're going to have a lower center of gravity naturally, making the bike feel also more stable. The next detail chosen with great care is the bars. So Marin has chosen to put a nice back-swept bar on this bike with a little bit of rise. This choice means that riders who are riding for long periods of time will find themselves just as comfortable at the end of the day as they were at the beginning. This swept-back bar positions your hands and wrists in a much more ergonomic, relaxed, and natural position. If your focus is endurance rather than speed, you'll find yourself much more comfortable with these bars. They also help put you in a really well-balanced and centered riding position. Marin describes the Larkspur as an adventure bike, a gravel bike, a mountain bike, and a commuter bike, and of course, whatever you really want it to be. So we wholeheartedly agree with that statement. The specifications offer some really incredible bang for your buck with components too, with wide range 1x10 microshift and Tektro hydraulic brakes on the Larkspur 1, and here on the Larkspur 2 we have a 1x11 Shimano Dior drivetrain, and of course hydraulic brakes again. The Larkspur 2 has the added bonus of the Tranz-X dropper post on the stock build, giving you a ton of key upgrades without adding too much to the price tag. One of the only downsides to a step-through frame is that the smallest sizes have no bottle cage mounts, and the larger sizes only have one spot on the frame to place the bottle cage. But of course, Marin thought ahead of this and has added some additional mounts on either side of the fork that you can use for either hydration, front racks, or other fork-mounted cargo carrying options. Steel frames are pretty great because they're very comfortable while still being strong and also durable. The frame's tubing is butted, meaning it's going to have a lighter, thinner wall towards the center while being a little thicker at the welded areas, allowing for added strength and durability, and of course enhancing that steel ride quality. Steel has a great natural compliance, which is really great for dampening vibrations, making it a very popular choice for the most demanding riders. Combined with the cushy tires and the wide plush saddle, it's very easy to see why this bike is great for the city street, but also for the trails. The Larkspur definitely has a ton of utility and a ton of potential to really customize it the way you want to ride. The way it's built to handle anything while looking good anywhere means it's really at home doing everything. The Marin Larkspur gives you the freedom to go anywhere you want and have fun while you're doing it, and that's really what you're going to love about this bike. Not every bike needs to be a record breaker. Sometimes you need a reliable, comfortable companion that's ready to take you on any or every road. Marin's tagline is even made for fun, and the Larkspur is definitely made for any adventures that you want to throw at it. We hope to see you soon in store for a test ride. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.